Camunda C8-CP-DV exam practice questions with explanations are available in the video for you to study. In a business process model where several functional areas of the same company are involved, which specific BPMN components should be utilized to categorize and separate their individual duties? A. Message flows. B. Lanes. C. Data objects. D. Association links. The answer is B. Lanes are specialized subpartitions within a pool that represent specific roles, departments, or systems within a single organization. By utilizing lanes, a developer can clearly delineate which department is responsible for which specific task, thereby enhancing the overall accountability of the process. They help in organizing the flow of activities without suggesting a change in the organizational boundary. Unlike pools, which represent separate entities, lanes provide a granular view of internal resource allocation. This visual structure is essential for complex workflows to ensure that participants understand their specific touchpoints within the broader business logic. When a developer needs to configure a task to execute repeatedly for every individual entry found within a specific data array, which BPMN feature is most appropriate for either serial or concurrent execution? A. Standard loop marker. B. Script task type. C. Multi-instance activity. D. Subprocess wrapper. The answer is C. The multi-instance marker is specifically designed to handle scenarios where an activity must be performed for each item in a collection of data. It provides the flexibility to process these items one after another in a sequential fashion or simultaneously in a parallel configuration. When the workflow engine encounters this marker, it dynamically generates the required number of instances based on the size of the input collection. This is significantly more efficient than manual looping because it is a native BPMN construct recognized by the engine. Proper use of multi-instance activities reduces the complexity of the diagram and ensures data integrity across repeated executions. To ensure that a process instance follows exactly one specific execution path among several possibilities based on the evaluation of logic, which gateway type must be implemented? A. Inclusive gateway. B. Parallel gateway. C. Exclusive gateway. D. Complex gateway. The answer is C. An exclusive gateway acts as a decision point where only one of the multiple outgoing sequence flows is selected based on a condition evaluation. It is often referred to as an XOR gateway because the paths are mutually exclusive, meaning the engine will proceed with the first path that evaluates to true and ignore all others. This element is fundamental for controlling the logic flow when a process must branch into different directions based on specific variables. By using an exclusive gateway, developers can prevent the accidental activation of multiple paths, which would otherwise lead to process inconsistency. It ensures that the process follows a deterministic route to completion based on the provided business rules. In the context of Camunda 8, which task type is specifically intended to represent a step where a person must engage with the workflow via a digital interface? A. Service task. B. Manual task. C. Business rule task. D. User task. The answer is D. User tasks are the primary BPMN elements used to model steps that require human intervention, such as manual data entry or administrative approvals. When a process reaches a user task, the engine creates a task instance that appears in the Camunda task list or a custom front-end application. The process will pause at this stage until the assigned user provides the necessary input and marks the task as finished. This allows for a seamless bridge between automated system logic and human decision-making processes. Furthermore, developers can attach forms to these tasks to structure the data collection process effectively. What is the primary technical distinction between an embedded subprocess and a call activity within a BPMN workflow? A. Only call activities can handle error events. B. Subprocesses are local to the model, while call activities invoke external, reusable processes. C. Call activities always run in the background as asynchronous threads. D. Subprocesses are used exclusively for system-to-system integrations. The answer is B. A call activity is a BPMN element used to invoke a global process definition that exists independently of the calling workflow, thereby promoting high levels of reusability. In contrast, an embedded subprocess is an integral part of the parent process and cannot be called or reused by other diagrams. This distinction is vital for maintaining a modular architecture where common procedures, like payment processing, are modeled once and called by various different workflows. Using call activities helps keep main diagrams clean and manageable by delegating complex logic to submodels. Subprocesses are better suited for grouping related activities within a single context to improve readability without external dependencies. Which gateway type is specifically designed to route workflow execution based on the arrival of external triggers, such as messages or signals? A. Event-based gateway. B. Parallel gateway. C. Exclusive gateway. D. Inclusive gateway. The answer is A. Event-based gateways wait for external events to determine which flow to execute. Unlike an exclusive gateway, which evaluates data variables, the event-based gateway remains in a waiting state until an external signal, message, or timer trigger is received. Whichever event happens first determines the subsequent path the process instance will follow. This is particularly useful for modeling scenarios where the process must respond to unpredictable external stimuli. It ensures that the workflow engine can handle reactive logic without requiring a human to manually intervene or poll for updates. Which hit policy should be selected for a DMN decision table to ensure that it returns an aggregation, such as the sum or average, of all matching rules? A. First. B. Collect. C. Unique. D. Priority. The answer is B. The collect hit policy aggregates results of all matching rules using functions like sum, average, min, or max. It is used for calculations or combined outputs where multiple matching rules provide valid data that needs to be aggregated. This policy is highly effective for scenarios where multiple inputs contribute to a cumulative business decision or value. By using collect, developers avoid the need for complex procedural scripts, as the DMN engine handles the aggregation natively. It ensures that all relevant data points are captured and processed into a single, meaningful output variable. Which BPMN task type is utilized to automate communication with external systems, such as invoking APIs or updating databases, without requiring human intervention? A. User task. B. Manual task. C. Service task. D. Script task. The answer is C. Service tasks automate communication with external systems. They are commonly used to invoke APIs, update databases, or perform automated system-level actions without human intervention. In Zeebe, the task type specifies the external worker or handler that will execute the service task. This allows the engine to route the task to the appropriate service or worker, ensuring clear separation between process orchestration and technical implementation. Using service tasks is critical for integrating diverse software ecosystems into a unified, automated process model. In the context of Zeebe, which property is mandatory to define for a user task to ensure it is correctly routed for manual interaction? A. Task ID. B. Assignee. C. Input, output mapping. D. Task type. The answer is B. For user tasks to execute in Zeebe, an assignee must be defined to specify who or what system role will handle the task. This ensures the task is correctly routed for manual interaction, such as reviews or approvals, within the task list. Without an assignee, the workflow engine may not know which user or group is authorized to complete the task instance. Proper assignment is crucial for maintaining accountability and ensuring that human-centric steps are performed by the correct personnel. It serves as a fundamental configuration setting for enabling human-in-the-loop capabilities in automated workflows. When configuring a BPMN process, what is the primary purpose of an error event? A. To broadcast signals across workflows. B. To delay the workflow until conditions are met. C. To capture and manage exceptions or unexpected conditions. D. To immediately terminate all active process tasks. The answer is C. Error events are used to capture and handle exceptions or errors in a process. They allow workflows to respond effectively to unexpected conditions without halting the entire process instance entirely. By redirecting the flow to a predefined error handling logic, the process can gracefully recover from issues, such as failed API calls or invalid data inputs. Event subprocesses are often used in conjunction with error events to encapsulate this error handling logic within a specific part of the process, ensuring modularity and maintainability. Proper use of error events is essential for building resilient and production-ready workflow applications.